some sibling and your mother there, I'm gonna punch your mother in the face. What we saying to each other? That ain't no first impression.
You said that your mother and father went out with the little girl to eat. So the same way they went out to eat, you could have gone out with them.
Well, I don't know. I don't know why they didn't take me. Again, that was grown folk business. Maybe they was trying to get my mother to warm up to it. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
That I couldn't tell you.
So how did you said you spoke for an hour. What was the first meeting like when you first met your sister? Was it like a warm embrace? Was it like finally?
I think the first was...
And where did she live?
She lived in the Bronx. But I gotta check a look. I think the first time
Because this is during COVID.
I'm thinking I met her when for my father's funeral.
So you spoke to her before your father passed away. You reached out before he passed away.
Yeah, because she was telling me she was mad at him. And I'm a realist.
Was he providing for her, taking care of her?
Yeah, he had to pay child support.
Okay. So she was being taken care of financially, but she just didn't have the emotional connection with him? Was that why she...
Well, she did. It's easy for a man to live double lives. And like I told you, my mother worked nights. So she lived with her father.
How?
What you mean how? Same way these females thinking they live with their men. They at work in the daytime when they come home. Or they
He was spending the night at night and coming home in the morning.
So they go to work.
He was going to work.
Right. Yeah. So she lived with her father for many years.
So her father lived with her.
Yeah.
In her eyes. But he was actually living with your mom.
No, actually living. He had a whole family. He was married. But the kid, her father lived with her. Her father did live with her. He was home every night. Except my mother's days off, of course. But she probably worked the weekends or something. I don't know.
So how many years did that go for? How many years did he live with his family and live with his other family? Was that all her life?
Many years. Yeah, I'll say until he bought the house.
Your mother knew about the outside child, but she didn't know that he was living that life. Did she ever find out that he was living both lives?
We didn't want to know if she knew it or not. You know, women, they do what they want to do. I'm not going to tell you I knew that because I don't. And I'm going to say she knew. Matter of fact, she did know because I remember being young, I could see, and I hear my mother, and she was like, yeah, because I don't know where it's at. Oh, you confused, but I'm little. He was messing with that lady, like 9, 10. He was messing with that lady. And if it wasn't the same lady, it must have been another. All I know, we went over a bridge. My mother said over a bridge. Oh, that bitch lived in the Bronx. That's all I ever remember.
You said that you went over the bridge? Mm-hmm. So you was going with your dad when he was doing his outside activities?
Couldn't leave me in the house.
So you spent the night?
No.
But you went over there. So she gonna put somebody
and
in
the girl didn't
have,
but the girl, she didn't have no kid now. I'm little.
So this is somebody who was with for years.
Years. Like, my father had her when I was 18. Years.
So let's
and still years when she was born. He's messing with her.
So what is your relationship like now with your sister?
Bill's in a relationship. I just let her know I'm here for her. I'm a protector, so
what's her relationship like with your kids? Do they call her auntie now?
I have a baby that really, Auntie said, the older kids call her by her name. Because everybody the same age, and right?
So I'm not calling the same thing.
It ain't even. I don't know if they're not calling her auntie because the same age, but their aunts are older, and me and you doing the same thing. So it's like, I just know the baby call her auntie. But they speak, Zoe
have a good relationship.
Zoe would say, "Auntie, I'm going to Auntie's house." They're like, "Oh, you are." They
have a good relationship. Do you feel that? Because you say you were 18 at the time. Do you think that your father's outside relationship interfered with how you viewed relationships and monogamy?
Yeah, I would say because like my mother and father, they could be arguing over why you didn't pick up the milk from the store. and it'll go and it'll always come back to that bitch in the Bronx. So I knew I never wanted to mess with a married man because I didn't want to be the reason they were arguing and that the kids had to watch or, be exposed to. So yeah.
It impacted your relationships. So do you think that you said you didn't want to deal with an outside man, but even though it, deal with a married man, which is understandable, just being in a relationship, period, did it make you watch your boyfriend even harder? Did it make you feel like, no, I gotta see what he's doing?
No. No. I'm not the one that look through phones. I'm not the one that, I don't do none of that. Because for me, watching people, a man will always tell you, we just have to pay attention. You just have to pay attention. You could tell. But you have to be paying attention. So for instance, when I had my son, me and his father was together, and like, you gotta get a job now. We got a kid. He started working. And we would be on the phone for hours, saying nothing. Now I'm calling you, you're not answering your phone. All right. He get into the house. What's her name? What's her name? I'm not even talking about. What's her name? And this is me at 18, 19. What is her name? All right. And I tend to be reasonable. I'm a realist again. People are people, and people going to do people things. He's young. He's making money. Older women is attracted to him. And so we clear. Young men, they got dots for everything. Foreign females, young females, older females, they got all this stuff. So he gets to check one off. Older female on me, whatever. But she's older than him. She could have just be, he's 18, 19, no, he had to be 19 or 20. She could have been 22, 23. So it's still older for him. It ain't our age, So, all right, understandable. Because, T got, and I'm that person. He dead telling me like, T I was shocked. And I bet you was. And I'm that person. And I
so you understanding about that?
Listen, I cannot make you do anything. I know what I'm going to do. And I know what I'm not having. So, nice. That's it. Leave her alone. And everything is fine. Simple. He's like, huh? Mm-hmm. And that's it. So he left her alone. But then she keep coming at him. Oh, all right. I'm not doing this. I want to see if he's outside too. Because he took my virginity, everything. I want to see if he's outside too. Since you can't, not fall into it, I'll go outside.
She said I'm going to go outside.
Mm-hmm. So
that was your first love. He was your first everything.
Yeah.
He was her first everything.
Yeah.
So after that relationship broke up, how was it easy for you to get into another relationship, or did you feel like I want to take my time, especially considering what was happening with your parents?
I don't even know what was going on with my parents.
At that point.
Yeah, that whole child thing. I ain't thinking about that. I'm never thinking about it. Never. So, they was wrong.
But was it easy for you to move on?
So like I broke up with Mario, and then I started work in March, and I met a guy. Oh no, so when I broke up with Mario, I called a homeboy. I don't go with Mario no more. I used to go with Mario since I was in high school, and they used to be like, who is Romeo ass nigga you fuck with? So when I made the phone call to that person,
Ooh.
like, I don't go with Mario no more. You don't go with Romeo? And I'm like,
what they used to call him?
This one particular guy, yeah.
Oh.
And I was like, yeah, I don't go with him no more. Hook me up with somebody, like, whatever.
Oh.
I quickly seen that boy was a mama's boy. He couldn't do nothing. And then I started working, so I'm rich. Like, because I'm 19. Money. Yeah, I'm 19. I'm getting money in. I can do overtime, so I'm getting, I can make my check pretty much as big as I, in a sense, want. The stuff wasn't that expensive, so I'm coming home with some money. And I shared, so you want to say you want to do it? Then that boy got jealous. Boy. And my homegirl said, he jealous of you. Like, he ain't jealous of me. But never always quick to dismiss something. Somebody say something, look into it. So I dismissed it, but I had it. And then see him, I was like, now I met this other guy, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to play with him.
Ooh.
Come to find out, they went to school together. They was in college.
Mario, Romeo?
No, the other guy. And so the first boyfriend after Mario, and then the second boyfriend, and I'm just saying boyfriend.
Yeah.
Talking to him, the second one ended up being my boyfriend for that year anyway. But anyway, and
she's. Go ahead.
So,
and she didn't even have. I was trying to give her wine because I wanted her to be comfortable. This is her without anything. So go ahead. So the next time I bring her over, I'll make sure she's nice and right. Give her some baba.
No, all that's what's going to happen is I'm not going to catch myself. Like I just did. But, yeah, like, so they knew each other, and it was like, oh, like, what do you do there? And they didn't really know each other like that. They just knew because they went to school. So that the first one acted a little crazy. But when he called me one day and was like, you ain't no Versace hottie. You think you all that.
Who was he talking to?
I said, ooh, I got a whole Versace outfit. Who you talking to?
Oh, she said, I got the Versace.
And this is 96, like 90, yeah. Because I started working.
I'm going to post some pictures of her back in the day. I got to let her send me some pictures so we can see the Versace hottie.
But, yeah, so this is like 95, like, oh, he is jealous. You know when somebody try to break him down.
Because he didn't have a Versace outfit.
No, he ain't live with his mother. His car, he had to give it up. We'd be like, oh, come get me. Oh, my mother got the car. Then I met the second guy. He got his own car. Ain't no body attached to it.
So it was like,
oh, yeah, I'm outside. What you talking about? I get to play the pieces outside. Nobody.
So you did what you wanted to do to make you happy. So that, whatever was going on at home did not affect your relationship. Because sometimes for people it does. Mm-hmm. If you're seeing your parents that you thought was this Cinderella, happily ever after, Prince Charming situation, and
which they still were.
Yeah, even after,
like even after them having the baby, that was none of my business.
Right.
So we still was good.
Yeah, even though it wasn't your business, but I know sometimes it was never really the kid's business. Correct. But just seeing it is like seeing your mother heart broken.
You didn't. Nah, I couldn't tell you. My mother's heart was broken. My mother just.
She said my heart wasn't broken.
Yeah, I don't know that part. You understand? Like I didn't see that part. I seen the. Why you didn't go get the thing like I told you? Oh, you would have got it for that bitch over there. That's all I always. So to me, every argument is always about that, and I don't want to be the cause of that. I don't want this little girl parents arguing. I thought I was going outside. Now I can't go outside because I gotta go to Tompkins to go outside because I live in Brownsville, and now both of they move messed up, so they all in each room now. I can't go to Tompkins. I'm confused. But I need to get over.
You want to go to Tompkins?
Yeah, I'm gonna go outside. What y'all doing?
So yeah, so their fights, and the reason why I say this is because in most households, when that does happen, the children are affected to where when they get in a relationship, they don't trust the person they with. They checking phones, doing all that other stuff, and it's just like I don't take anybody seriously because I saw my father do this, or I saw my mother do that. So the fact that it didn't impact you in a negative way is good. Because you were able to, like, it was like almost an out of sight, out of mind situation. Yeah, but back to building that relationship with your sibling. Mm-hmm. Now that she's grown.
28.
Yeah, so she's 28. You met her when she was, what, 20, about to be 25? Yeah. So she already set in her ways. There's nothing that you can really show her at that point. Not that you can't give her experience, life experience, but I know as a child.
I think I can show her and give her a lot because... So what I've learned or what I felt that I was seeing, the people who feel abandoned by whomever, whatever, it's like, oh, why me feeling in them? Or what about? Or like a questioning thing. Whatever the question is, it's a questioning thing. I would like to believe I put her questioning things to rest. And if not all the way, whatever she needs, I will.
Yeah, that part, because I know for me, I had an older sister that I didn't meet until I was about to be 16 and she was about to be 21. So she's the older sister, I'm the older sister. I'm like, girl, you can't tell me what to do. Like, hi. I was excited to meet her, but it was just like,
you was already standing
yeah,
your ground.
I was already, yeah. Nice to meet you. I was happy. Even my older brother.
Maybe she came to the way she like accepted me because maybe she thought she was never going to see that. Remember, she saw everybody. She never seen me.
Right.
And I never ever reached out to her. So
right. And I think even my brother, I have an older brother who's, I guess you consider it like Irish twins because we literally 1 year apart.
Mm.
When I met him, I was grown too. But we have a great relationship. We are still able to grow with each other. But I think for your sister, maybe at some point she probably felt like, wow, if I grew up with my sister, then we would have had like that, stronger sister bond. But when I went out with you guys the other day, it seemed like they've known each other all their lives. Like, you could tell that their bond and their connection was genuine. They were like embracing, and not just to embrace the conversation, you would never know that they met 3 years ago.
yeah.
So how did you develop that relationship to...
Well, it's who I am. Like, if I open up to you and you become comfortable with me, it's fine. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You gotta be like, you gotta be awkward. I mean, if we don't like gel, like, you know what I'm saying?
She said something wrong with you if she don't like you.
No, I said if we don't.
She said if she don't, she's not gonna like you if you weird. That's what she said. She said because there's nothing wrong with me.
No, and I accept the weird too. So,
but she
I'm understanding.
Right.
So, if you got a weirdness and I see it, I'm like, why are you weird? And I might find the answer, but I may not. But I'm still fine, but you're not going to be the first person I call or, nothing like that to do nothing with that. I'm good people. My spirit is good. My energy is great. I'm a realist. I don't say stuff just so you can feel better. If it's true, it's true, like.
So how about your parenting style? Do you feel like your parenting style mirrors your mother or it mirrors your father? Or you haven't taken anything from them?
I probably did, but I don't know what it is. But I say no. Because my mother, now, okay, you know what I will say? I did take something, but I don't do it. So, like, for instance, like I said, when I got bigger, now my father is on me. Like, I won't go outside. Where you think you going? Oh, I'm going to Tompkins. Mom said I go. Ain't nobody tell me. I'm like, well, Mom.
Queens?
No, I was in Brown, just bigger. And like 14, 15, 16. And you're like, ain't nobody say nothing to me. You ain't say nothing to me. You gotta say something. I'm like, but I already spoke to a parent. I spoke to mommy. And I'm like, Mom, because she sleep. Mom, Daddy saying I can't go and Auntie just what? I'm confused.
She's like, I'm confused.
So, yeah, with my kids, if I told them, it's what it is.
So they didn't question you. Like, if you said no, that was it. So how do you feel like your kid, like with raising them, like if you said no, that was it. They didn't question you. They didn't.
No, and I don't just say no. Oh no, you can't go because, and I always gave them a reason. I would give them, if I don't have a reason right now, just no, because I don't. But I usually have a reason, or even if the reason is I don't know enough, so I don't feel comfortable. That's your answer, and which you're not. I always explain because that telling me an answer and I don't know why, I can't learn.
What are your children's relationship like with each other? I know, but tell them what your children's relationship is like with each other.
Well, the besties is the 25-year-old and the 10-year-old. They
you
are
talk
the
about
besties.
her all the time.
Yeah, and then you have the 28-year-old that's more besties with the 21-year-old. And they can have that, but y'all better be together. Always together. So, to the point where the 25-year-old, she was in college, and
I know.
the 28-year-old was in college. The 25-year-old learned like this. Me, the 28-year-old, we gotta be like, let me see that again. Take us longer. He called me like, Mom, I asked her for help, and she ain't helping me. Who ain't helping you? Oh, your brother asked you to help him? Yeah, but what are you talking about? my understanding you. Go help your brother. And you better not help I better not hear you help anybody until you go help your brother.
You see her? She acting like it just happened today. But yes, I understand.
So yeah, no. You not, I tell them, and I always tell them, y'all all y'all got. People could turn on y'all. People could act funny. Y'all to never do that. Because y'all all y'all got. All you got is yourself. So I'm giving y'all, like, girl, my parents, child, used to have them kids in the living room. I would take my aunt and boo it out, because that is my pony.
She wanted to be in charge of everything.
No, I wanted to teach my kids, and I wanted them to learn. I wanted them to understand.
So you had the ironing board while you're talking to your kids?
And my podium was talking.
And what were you talking about?
Everything in life. Anything I could think of. Anything that crossed my mind. My son is black. My son is Haitian and black. But before
Shout out to the
anything,
Haitians.
yeah. But before anything, he's black. Walk with a book in your pocket. Walk with a book in your pocket.
So this day he walked with a book in his pocket?
No, he don't walk with it now, but he got ID. Before, when you're young, you don't have no ID. Walk with a book. Because my thing was, if you walking with your friends and the cops want to bother y'all and pull y'all over.
Yeah, her daughter's calling her now.
Yeah.
She heard her talking about.
No, but she's going to take me to the thing. She going to, you know what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
But she, he, have a book in your pocket. If it's all of y'all, have many of y'all, and they get the thing in, they're going to think differently about the kid with a book in his back pocket.
She got hold of her.